Your colon is on fire right now, and you may not even know it. Not actual flames, of course, but if you have been dealing with bloating, cramping, urgent bathroom trips, or that deep, uncomfortable pressure in your lower abdomen, what you are experiencing could be active colon inflammation, and it is doing damage every single hour you ignore it. I am Dr. Sarah Amal Khalil, and today I am going to walk you through a real, practical, science-backed emergency plan to begin reducing colon inflammation within the next 24 hours. Not a week from now, not after you buy some expensive supplement, today. And if you stay with me until the end, I am going to share the one thing that most people do in the morning, something they think is healthy, that is actually pouring gasoline on colon inflammation every single day. Let's start with the truth that your gut has been trying to tell you. The colon, also called the large intestine, is roughly 5 feet long, and it does some of the most important work in your entire body. It absorbs water, balances electrolytes, processes waste, and houses a massive portion of your immune system. When it gets inflamed, everything goes wrong. Digestion suffers, energy drops, your mood tanks, your skin breaks out, and over time, chronic colon inflammation has been linked to far more serious conditions. Things like inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel syndrome, colorectal issues, and even systemic immune problems that affect your joints, your brain, and your heart. But here is the empowering part. The colon is also one of the most responsive organs in your body. It reacts quickly to what you feed it, how you treat it, and the environment you create for it. That means you have real power here, and I am going to give you that power today, step by step. So what exactly causes colon inflammation in the first place? There are several triggers, and most people have more than one working against them at the same time. The big ones are diet, specifically ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, and seed oils. Then there is chronic stress, which literally alters the gut lining. There are bacterial imbalances in the gut microbiome, a disrupted sleep schedule, certain medications, dehydration, and environmental toxins. When multiple triggers combine, the gut lining, a thin, delicate membrane only one cell thick, becomes permeable and inflamed. The immune system rushes in, inflammation increases, and the cycle feeds itself. The good news is that many of these triggers respond to intervention within hours, not months, hours. Let me show you how. Step 1 of your 24-hour emergency plan. Begin with warm lemon water the moment you wake up. Before coffee, before food, before anything else, go to your kitchen and mix the juice of half a lemon into a cup of warm, not boiling, filtered water. This one simple act does 3 things simultaneously. First, it rehydrates your colon after 6 to 8 hours of sleep, during which it received no fluids. An inflamed colon is almost always a dehydrated colon, and dehydration thickens the mucus lining that protects the gut wall, making inflammation worse. Second, lemon juice contains citric acid and compounds that gently stimulate bile production in the liver. Bile is essential for breaking down food and keeping the colon environment clean and balanced. Third, and this one surprises people, the alkaline effect of lemon juice, once metabolized, helps reduce the acidic environment that inflammation thrives in. This is not a miracle cure, but it is a gentle, powerful first signal to your colon that today is going to be different, and that signal matters. Now here's something I want you to hold in your mind while we go through this plan. Inflammation in the colon is not just local, it speaks to your whole body. When your colon is inflamed, inflammatory signals called cytokines circulate through your bloodstream and affect your brain, your lungs, your skin, and your energy levels. So every single thing we do today to calm your colon is also calming the rest of you. You are not just helping your gut, you are helping your whole self. Step 2. Eliminate the 3 biggest inflammatory food triggers for the next 24 hours. Just one day. You can do this. The first trigger is refined sugar. This includes white sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and sweetened drinks like juice, soda, and flavored coffee drinks. Sugar feeds the harmful bacteria in your gut, disrupts the balance of your microbiome, and directly increases inflammatory signaling in the colon wall. Research published in journals covering gut health and immunology consistently shows that even a single high-sugar meal can shift the gut microbiome toward an inflammatory state within hours. The second trigger is gluten-containing processed foods. I want to be careful here. I am not telling everyone they have celiac disease or a gluten sensitivity. But for anyone with an already inflamed colon, the proteins in processed wheat products create extra work for the gut lining and tend to worsen permeability. That means things like white bread, pasta, pastries, crackers, and fast food buns need to come off your plate today, just today. Let your colon breathe. The third trigger, and this one surprises people every time, is seed oils. Things like canola oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and corn oil. These oils are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess without enough omega-3s to balance them, create a strongly pro-inflammatory environment in the gut. These oils are in almost every processed food, every fast food restaurant, every bag of chips, and most store-bought salad dressings. For the next 24 hours, cook with extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, or just avoid added oils entirely. This one shift alone can begin changing the inflammatory chemistry of your colon before you go to sleep tonight. So what do you eat instead? That is step 3, and it is actually one of the most enjoyable parts of this plan. For today, focus on what I call colon-calming foods. These are foods that actively reduce inflammation, nourish the gut lining, and feed the beneficial bacteria that keep your colon healthy. Cooked vegetables are your best friend right now. Lightly steamed or roasted zucchini, carrots, sweet potato, and butternut squash are easy to digest, rich in antioxidants, and gentle on an inflamed gut wall. Raw vegetables, while healthy for a normal gut, can be harder to process when you are inflamed. So today, cook your vegetables. Bone broth or a good quality vegetable broth is extraordinary for colon inflammation. Bone broth contains gelatin and collagen precursors that literally help repair the gut lining. The amino acid glycine, found abundantly in bone broth, has been shown in research to reduce inflammatory activity in the intestinal wall. If you have access to bone broth, drink it like a warm beverage today, 1 to 2 cups. It is one of the fastest acting gut healers available to you without a prescription. Blueberries, fresh or frozen, are another powerful tool. They contain anthocyanins, which are antioxidants that specifically target and reduce inflammation in the digestive tract. Studies have shown that these compounds interact directly with gut bacteria and reduce pro-inflammatory markers in the colon lining. A small handful with your breakfast is enough to begin making a difference. If this is already helping you see your colon health in a whole new way, I want to invite you to do one quick thing. Subscribe to this channel right now. Every week, I share practical, science-backed health guidance just like this, and the next video I have coming could genuinely change how you understand your digestion. Hit that subscribe button and let's keep this journey going together. Step 4 of your emergency plan: strategic hydration throughout the day. Most people know they should drink more water, but when your colon is inflamed, the how of hydration matters just as much as the how much. Drinking large amounts of plain cold water all at once can actually cause cramping and worsen discomfort in an inflamed gut. Instead, sip warm or room temperature water consistently throughout the day. Aim for at least 8 to 10 glasses, spaced out every 30 to 45 minutes. Add electrolytes if you can. A pinch of sea salt or Himalayan salt in your water, or a slice of cucumber and a small amount of coconut water helps the body actually absorb and use the water rather than just flushing it through. Dehydration at the cellular level is a major driver of gut inflammation, and proper electrolyte-balanced hydration can begin to visibly reduce bloating and cramping within a few hours. Herbal teas are also powerful allies today. Chamomile tea is one of the most well-studied natural anti-inflammatories for the gut. It contains compounds called apigenin and bisabolol that directly calm spasms, reduce mucosal inflammation, and soothe the colon wall. Peppermint tea, particularly when it is not overly concentrated, relaxes the smooth muscle of the intestinal walls and reduces pain and cramping. Ginger tea is a strong anti-inflammatory and has been shown to reduce prostaglandins, the signaling molecules behind gut inflammation and pain. If you can have 2 to 3 cups of these teas today, you are giving your colon real medicinal support. Step 5, and this is the one that most people underestimate. Stress reduction is not optional when your colon is inflamed. It is as essential as the food changes. Here is why. Your gut and brain are in constant two-way communication through something called the gut-brain axis. The vagus nerve runs directly from your brainstem down through your digestive system, and it carries stress signals both ways. When you are anxious, stressed, or in fight or flight mode, your body actively redirects resources away from digestion and towards survival responses. Blood flow to the colon decreases. The gut lining becomes more permeable. Inflammatory immune cells are activated, and your colon, trying to communicate distress back to the brain, sends pain signals, urgency, and cramping. This is why you notice your symptoms get dramatically worse during stressful periods of your life. It is not a coincidence. It is biology. So today, as part of your 24-hour plan, you need at least one dedicated stress reduction practice. It does not need to be complicated. Diaphragmatic breathing, slow, deep belly breathing, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest mode that your colon needs in order to heal. Try this. Breathe in slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 6 to 8 counts. Do 10 cycles of this before each meal. Research shows that this practice alone, done consistently, can reduce gut permeability and lower inflammatory markers in the gut lining over time. A gentle 10-minute walk after meals also activates the vagus nerve, stimulates gut motility, and reduces post-meal bloating and inflammation. You do not need to run. You do not need a gym. Just walk slowly, breathe, and let your body do what it was designed to do. Step 6. Use targeted, natural anti-inflammatories strategically today. I want to talk about 3 specific things that have genuine, well-researched anti-inflammatory effects on the colon and that you can implement today. The first is turmeric. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatories in the world. It inhibits a key inflammatory pathway in the body called NF-κB, which is directly involved in colon inflammation. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder to your cooked vegetables, your broth, or a warm drink. Combine it with a small amount of black pepper. The compound in black pepper called piperine increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That pairing is not a folk remedy, it is biochemistry. The second is aloe vera juice, specifically the inner gel or inner fillet variety, not the whole leaf, which contains compounds that can be too stimulating for an inflamed colon. Pure inner aloe vera juice has been shown in research to reduce inflammation of the colonic mucosa, soothe the gut lining, and reduce cramping. A 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup in the morning on an empty stomach can begin providing noticeable relief within a day or two of consistent use. The third is slippery elm. This is a traditional herbal remedy that is increasingly backed by modern research. Slippery elm bark contains a substance called mucilage, which when mixed with water forms a thick gel-like coating. When you drink slippery elm, this gel coats the entire inner surface of your digestive tract, providing a physical protective layer over the inflamed colon wall. It reduces irritation, slows down reactive motility, and gives the gut lining time to repair. You can find slippery elm powder in most health food stores or online. Mix a teaspoon into warm water and drink it before bed tonight. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this video that I would reveal the one thing most people do in the morning that they think is healthy, but that is actually making colon inflammation significantly worse. And we are almost there. But first, let me give you the sleep piece, because without it, nothing else in this plan works as well as it should. Step 7. Protect your sleep tonight with specific gut healing intent. Your colon does its most significant repair work during deep sleep. During the sleep cycle, particularly in the later stages of sleep, the gut undergoes a process called the migrating motor complex, a wave-like cleaning mechanism that sweeps through the intestines, removing debris, regulating bacteria levels, and allowing the mucosal lining to regenerate. If you cut your sleep short, scroll your phone late into the night, or eat a heavy meal right before bed, you disrupt this process entirely. Tonight, eat your last meal at least 3 hours before sleep. This gives your digestive system time to process food before the migrating motor complex kicks in. In the hour before bed, avoid screens if possible. The blue light suppresses melatonin, which also has direct anti-inflammatory effects on the gut lining. Consider drinking your slippery elm tea in this window, and try the 4-4-8 breathing again as you lie down. If you implement even half of what I have shared today, the warm lemon water, the food eliminations, the anti-inflammatory foods, the herbal teas, the breathing, and the protected sleep, you will likely wake up tomorrow with a noticeably different gut. Not perfectly healed, because healing takes time, but reduced in inflammation, calmer, less reactive, and that is the beginning of the real recovery. Now, the morning habit that so many people are doing that is making their colon inflammation worse. Are you ready? Coffee. Specifically, coffee on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. Now, before you panic, I am not telling you to give up coffee forever. But here is the science that most wellness content refuses to say clearly. Coffee is highly acidic, and it contains chlorogenic acids and other compounds that powerfully stimulate stomach acid production and accelerate gastric motility. When you drink coffee on an empty stomach with nothing in the gut to buffer it, that acid and those compounds hit the colon lining directly and aggressively. For someone with an already inflamed colon, this creates immediate irritation, increased gut permeability, and a spike in gut motility that can trigger cramping, urgency, and worsened inflammation. Multiple studies have confirmed that coffee stimulates the production of a hormone called gastrin, which speeds up colonic movement and increases the likelihood of mucosal irritation in people with inflammatory bowel conditions, IBS, or general colon sensitivity. This does not mean you can never drink coffee. It means drink it after food, not before. Eat your gentle anti-inflammatory breakfast first, even something small like a banana or some cooked oats, and then have your coffee. That buffer makes an enormous difference. It slows the acid impact, reduces the cortisol spike that morning coffee on an empty stomach produces, and protects that vulnerable gut lining at its most reactive point in the day. That one change, coffee after food, not before, combined with everything else in this 24-hour plan, can genuinely shift the inflammatory environment in your colon beginning today. Let me give you a quick summary of your full emergency plan so you can start immediately. This morning, warm lemon water first thing. Remove sugar, processed wheat, and seed oils from today's meals. Eat cooked vegetables, bone broth, blueberries, and clean proteins. Add turmeric with black pepper to your food. Sip herbal teas, chamomile, peppermint, ginger. Hydrate with room temperature water throughout the day. Do diaphragmatic breathing before each meal. Take a 10-minute walk after eating. Tonight, slippery elm tea before bed. No heavy food in the last 3 hours. Protect your sleep. And starting tomorrow morning, coffee after food, never before. That is your plan. It is real. It is science-based. It is doable today. One more thing I want to say before we close. If you are dealing with severe colon pain, blood in your stool, unexplained weight loss, or symptoms that are getting progressively worse, please see a doctor. Everything I have shared today is powerful general guidance, but persistent or severe symptoms deserve a professional evaluation. Your health is worth that conversation. For the rest of you who are managing ongoing low-grade inflammation, discomfort, and gut reactivity, you now have a real plan. And the most important thing you can do is start. Not tomorrow, not after the weekend, today, because your colon is waiting. And the sooner you give it what it needs, the sooner your whole body starts to feel the difference. If this video gave you real value today, and I genuinely hope it did, please subscribe to this channel right now. I am Dr. Sarah Amal Khalil, and I make it my mission to bring you practical, honest, science-backed health guidance every single week. Next week, I am covering the specific connection between colon inflammation and skin conditions, something almost nobody talks about, and something that could explain a lot about what you see in the mirror. You do not want to miss that one. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you there. Your gut is not your enemy. It is your ally. Treat it like one, starting today.